Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the world of Vanquish. Vanquish. Rated V. For very good. It's been a long day. Sorry, I recorded a podcast right before this, and I got up really early, which I'm trying to do more. But it does mean that by the end of the day, I am basically ready for bed. Which is good, you know? It's good. Because it's good to not be awake at midnight, for me, anyway. I'm still dialing it in, you know? Trying to find that line where I have enough energy to make it to like 7:30-ish, and then I can start just collapsing. Getting up early is overrated. I mean, it depends. I used to, for most of my life, I slept in a lot. I've just realized that like when I get up early, I tend to get a lot more done. And that's not true of everyone. This is just a me thing. I have a problem though where like a lot of the time when I'm trying to do that, I'll just turn my alarm off and fall back asleep without realizing I've done it. But like once you're awake, you have to get out of bed, I think is the thing. You cannot stay in bed. You can't stay out of bed. You can't stay in bed. You have to jump out of bed as quickly as possible. It's like jumping into a pool or like pulling off a band-aid. You just have to do it. And it's so hard to do. But like that to me, because if I hesitate at all, I'm just staying. I'm just like, just a little more time. It's good. It's good. It's fine. It's fine. Which turns into sleeping in until 11. And again, like if that works for you, more power to you. I've realized that like I tend to have better ideas in the morning, and I tend to have more energy in the morning too. I'm also trying to drink less coffee in the afternoon so that I'm not awake like super late. Which means if I want to have a few coffees, I have to get up early. Is the stream dropping a lot of frames for anyone else? Gonchorn asks. Let me know if it is. Twitch has just been being weird for me lately. Like, even when I'm watching streams. Wait, okay. Anti-boredom. I have one of those apps where I have to scan a QR code to turn the alarm off. Once I was so tired, I just uninstalled the app and fell back asleep. That's very good. Yeah, all I have is... The thing is, like, I use my phone alarm, and I should really, like, not have my phone in bed, probably. Like, I should keep my phone in... At least on my desk, or, like, in another room overnight, I think. The thing is, like, I like to listen to stuff to fall asleep. But I guess I could get wireless headphones and just, like, have my phone on a table or something. I don't know. These are all my... I've been really in a life hack space lately of trying to retool my whole system for getting work done. And not just work, but just like... When I say work, I mean like literally anything that I want to be different from how it is. So that includes like personal stuff and like creative stuff outside of my job. So that's been kind of a big project, and I'm trying to figure out all this stuff, and I'm just like reading a lot of things, and I'm just like, yeah, I gotta do getting things done. I gotta do the 7 habits. But I signed up for Skillshare, and I don't know if Skillshare is more like I think it feels better than something like Masterclass because it's not trading on like celebs are gonna teach you how to do a thing. It's like relatively normal people. And you know, there's a whole bunch of shit I would love to learn, and I'm trying to spend time on there. Yeah, work on sleep hygiene. Yeah, that's the other thing. When I do sleep in, it's like I'm not like, oh, you piece of shit, you slept in, you idiot. I'm just like, you know what? You slept in, and that happens, and it's not the end of the world, and you can still have a great day. And tomorrow is another chance to get up early. So we're all good. We're all good. Steven's headphones broke. Steven's headphones broke. I think because their cat. Okay, yeah, their cat destroyed their micro USB cord. Steven's cats are like real killers. They're menaces. They're like Dennis the Menace. The static electricity cat? I don't know. Why does... I have been zapping my cat a lot lately, which I feel really bad about, because my cat will do this thing where like, oh, hello.
Hello.
We were just talking about your cat.
Oh, my cat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I found a replacement.
Cat?
A replacement cat. Yep. I'm going to turn him in for a better model.
Yeah.
It doesn't... No, I would never do that.
No. Okay, Ewan Dwar asks, did Dennis the Menace make it big in North America? I don't know if you all know this. We have our own Dennis the Menace. Okay, if you're an American...
There's two different ones?
There is a British Dennis the Menace, and if you're British, there's an American Dennis the Menace, and they launched on the same day.
They launched on the same... wait, and they had nothing to do with each other?
The same day. And they have nothing to do with each other. I mean, they both are about a child named Dennis who is a menace. But, like, that's it.
That's incredible. What? How did I go my entire life without knowing that?
Right? Well, so, like, I only know about this because when I was a kid, like, I would get British comics sometimes from my family when they would, you know, go over there. They both debuted on March 12th, 1951.
That's incredible.
It's just like, although Dennis the Menace in the UK is like actually a real piece of shit. Like Dennis the Menace in the US is like a sweet little boy who's like, hey, Mr. Wilson. In the UK one, he's like, hey, chaps, let's go shoot some slingshots at these chaps. Like he's just like a real dick. Like he beats up his friends. He beats up like his peers and stuff. He has a shitty dog named Nasher.
I also love that Xenomus in chat made the joke that I was about to make before I could make it. Just 999 Morphic Resonance shit. It's just like if you played those games, it's like long range telepathy, people having the same idea at the same time.
It's like when people invent the same math equation at the same time or whatever, like independently.
Yeah, exactly.
Like two people just around the world were like, wait, Dennis and Menace rhyme. What? I've got it. Yeah, British Dennis was like a child Clockwork Orange character, essentially. Also, the Dennis the Menace game on the Super Nintendo was based on the movie with Christopher Lloyd and Walter Matthau. And that movie, or that game and that movie in the UK and in Europe were just called Dennis to avoid confusion with their Dennis the Menace.
Wow. That's like some Final Fantasy Legend, Final Fantasy Mythic Quest stuff. Yeah.
I wish these screens didn't advance until you pressed A, because it shows you all this like lore. And it's like, it doesn't give you any time to read it.
No. Also, hello, Imran. Hello.
Give me a sit rep on your location.
We hit heavy resistance. They've got us pinned.
Merritt is just taking in the lore, as she just said.
Taking in the lore of Vanquish.
Bravo on its way. Hold steady.
Mystic Quest deserves a reevaluation, but y'all aren't ready yet, etc. I actually am really interested in Game Boy RPGs, and I would do them on Retro Landfill, but the thing is, RPGs aren't really great for that kind of format. But I really want to play the Saga games. Is that the one where they're in the future?
Yeah. They,
Are they on the
Two
future?
at least, I think, is the future. And there's
Okay.
mutants and robots and stuff.
Like Grand Theft Auto.
Exactly like Grand Theft Auto.
Don't waste your time on those soup cans. Just aim for the Romanov.
I don't know if people in the chat know that, but the original Grand Theft Auto games, the first one was just like top-down murder spree game, and then the second one was London in the future.
Wait,
so it's like
the second
flying
one was
cars.
in the future?
Yeah.
2025, I
I
think.
did not remember that. Oh, God. Oh, no. We're back to this.
Back at it again on the
I
Gundam
got you.
side.
I got you. Hey, thank you for the follow, Tom. Ooh. I'm already an Illusion of Gaia stan. In theory, yes. I'm an Enix stan, but I have played very few of their games. I did start playing Live Alive on my Emberdick the other day.
Oh,
Magical World of Spank McFang, the classic everyone
Classic.
remembers.
Spike McFag. Everyone loves him. Live Alive is a really interesting game.
what is
but
that?
It's an Enix RPG where it just opens and shit. You just get to choose between like a bunch of different time periods. Like, oh, do you want to play a ninja campaign? Do you want to play a robot campaign? Do you want to play a wrestler campaign? And then by the end, they sort of all tie together, and it's like this huge fucked up story about like reincarnation and like betrayal and.
It's Cloud Atlas.
But
Octopath
yeah,
Traveler should have been.
it's
Yeah, but we've all got in different directions. Gonchorn in the chat says, "Oh, like Daikatana, oh, like Cloud Atlas, oh, like Octopath Traveler." It's even kind of Chrono Trigger to a certain
Yep.
degree.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Enix's RPGs on the Super Nintendo don't get as much
No.
talk because obviously Square was like the,
You have a Romanov F closing
you know, they were the big
Square-
dogs.
They were the big dogs in North America specifically too. So like over here, we just never think about them.
Yeah, but you know, Enix made a ton of really interesting stuff, or published a ton of interesting stuff.
They were Dragon Quest, right? Originally.
Yeah.
Yep. Ugh,
Boy, this guy's just having himself a time here.
he's just having a bad day.
Why did they build a chainsaw buzzsaw
That's
club?
a great question. I was looking at that design the other day and was just like, hey, how come? Why did they do that? Is it just like to scare people? Like, is it just intentionally scary looking to be like scare you?
Yeah, that is my favorite thing to do as a writer and also just as a person who has to engage with a lot of very
Who has
stupid
to invent
media.
killer robots? Yeah.
Yeah, to the person who invents killer robots is to just like hand wave things away with, oh, it's psychological reasons. They designed it that way for psychological
Uh
impact.
huh. They just called the robot an asshole.
No. You already played the game with an asshole. That was that Nobody Saves the World. He had a little asshole on the back of his head.
That's so true. Upgrade time.
Hold this position.
Oh yeah, I forgot Muscular Chef was here.
He sure is.
I gotta play some of that Monster Hunter Rise on
Oh,
PC. I gotta start
yeah.
catching up.
God, these
I
guys.
feel like I'm
Stop.
just outkilled Sunbreak or whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's.
Wait till Sunday.
I've been thinking about that, but then I'm gonna be really impatient when it's out.
Right,
And
exactly.
like, I won't want to like have to run all the old stuff. Like that's what happened to me with Iceborne. So I almost feel like I'd maybe rather just do it again.
That's what I did with Iceborne. Is I knew that I was going to get impatient if I waited, so I was just like, I even streamed a little bit of it. I just spent like the 2 months leading up to that game
Yeah.
to play through everything.
So yeah, Stephen, if you want to get up to date on Rise,
You bet.
I am down. Get up, Chief.
Get down, Chief. Gotta get up to get down, Chief.
Where are these goons?
Maybe one of the dumbest jokes I've ever made.
Well, I believe in you. You can do worse.
Oh, Thank you, Merritt.
I believe that within us all is the potential to just make the worst jokes. We need only access it through the proper techniques. Like Gohan getting his potential unlocked by the
Yeah.
Grand Kai.
If you get angry enough, you release your best jokes or your worst jokes.
Ooh. But every time I make a good joke, my body reforms in a worse shape, so I get a little bit better at it every time.
Oh yeah, because like when you in the time prison, because you broke all your bones,
Right, yeah, exactly.
and now every time you walk, your bones all break and then reform.
If your jokes almost land but don't quite, you get stronger for the next joke.
What is Apocrypha? Why does it look like a Nier game?
It does look like a Nier game.
Like it's in the Nier. I know Nier's font is just like a serif, whatever, but like that looks like Nier.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Imran, as the Nier expert.
As
you
a Nier
agree?
expert, it looks like Nier.
There we go.
Damn. So it's not just to the untrained eye. I
I'm
really wish I
Googling
had a
it.
sniper rifle.
I see no mention of this thing anywhere.
Oh, it's got to be fake, right?
Yeah, I know it's fake. I figured Sony would be like, "What is Apocrypha? Is that an actual game coming?" Or not even like a Game Facts thread.
Huh.
Oh, and if it's not on GameFAQs, it might as well not be on the internet.
Yeah.
There's a GameFAQs thread for literally everything.
No,
That must be a new type of Roman.
a new type. Oh,
New type.
digging its own grave.
It is Gundam. I've been saying.
Why did they build this? Why did they build a mole robot that does this? What is this
A
like?
mole robot
who
on a
built
completely
these?
artificial man-made structure.
Like Sigma? These are fucking Mega Man X robots. This is
Oh, yeah,
clown
that's-
time.
That's Tornado Molar.
That's just like Tunnel Rhino.
Tunnel Rhino.
It's really sad. When I learned that having big drills like that wouldn't let you actually tunnel underground, that was maybe one of the most devastating moments of my life.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't work like that.
Why doesn't it work like that? Because the Earth needs to move somewhere?
Yeah. I mean, they do have things called boring machines.
Right.
But they're not that interesting, so.
Could you just have like a little... Oh, sorry. Oh.
I'm sorry. No, they do have things to drill giant holes for like tunnels and stuff. But you can't just like put a drill on the front of a car and like drive underground.
Could you put like a tube? Could you put a butt on the car and like so the dirt like poops out of the back of the
Could
car
you put
as you
a
drill?
butt on the car? That's a great question. Just
Isn't that
like
kind of what an
in,
exhaust port is? It's the car butt.
just like in that movie with the child, and then the man
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
digs the dirt with his mouth, and then
Yeah.
it comes out of his butt.
no, holes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
Dig it up.
Oh wait, Emran,
dig
you
it.
weren't here when this happened.
No, you didn't work at this company yet.
What's the name of that movie?
Artemis Fowl.
Artemis Fowl. Okay, so one time we were like, oh, we should do a Fanmite movie night, and Nikki's like, let's watch Artemis Fowl, and I was like, I don't know what that is, but fine, I guess. And it was such an atrocious experience that basically the entire concept just like didn't happen again until we did Street Fighter last year.
Yeah, the concept of a movie night. People were like, we kept talking for months afterwards. We should do another movie night, and people were like, not after that last one.
It
Like,
was
literally citing.
agony. Josh Gad is a dwarf man who like unhinges his jaw
Like a snake.
like a snake to dig in the earth, and then when his
Like
solution,
eating.
yeah, it goes in his mouth and then shoots out of his butt through his pants.
Yeah. He's got those like old timey Looney Tunes pants where like they have the butt flap. Then he like opens up the butt flap and then dirt just like accelerates out of his ass as he chews through the ground. That's how dwarfs work in the Artemis Fowl universe.
Fascinating.
And this is the movie is bad. But the me and Nikki were like, oh, we should watch that movie because me and Nikki had read the
You were
Artemis
both
Fowl books when we were
fans,
kids.
right.
Yeah. And I do need to clarify, that's not a thing they made up for the movie. Those were in the books.
Good to know.
I feel like the books were like the books went out of their way to describe that this is a horrifying thing, and they played it. They didn't play it for like laughs in that same way.
Super 35.
Mulch Diggums is that character's name,
Mulch
by the way.
Diggums.
There's a land
Higgums is
zone up
the
ahead.
most comical last name.
Super 25. We'll rendezvous there.
Gum is a funny sound. Like Wiggum.
It is.
Ralph Wiggum. There is a fairy CIA. Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct. There's a fairy CIA.
The first book is Artemis Fowl kidnaps a fairy CIA agent to steal her powers to find his missing dad.
If you cross the drawbridge,
The movie also makes him out to be like kind of a good guy mostly, whereas because they were like, well, we can't have because the whole premise of the books is he's a supervillain. He's like a child genius supervillain, and it's like a heist.
Yeah.
in the
And
book.
it doesn't
the
come
first
across
book.
that way in the movie. They're trying to make him like a good guy, and it's like you just kidnapped this lady.
You just kidnapped this woman.
Like, yeah, she's like a 300-year-old fairy or whatever, but still, you shouldn't kidnap people. I'm coming
doesn't
out
the
with
movie-
a bold stance against kidnapping.
Opposite bank. Gotcha. You hear that, Super?
Doesn't the movie also like kind of try to paint like a weird sexual tension between that like 10-year-old kid and this
Yeah.
300-year-old woman? Okay.
Pretty, I do think that was the thing that happened.
So, quick change of topic, Steven. I have an Amazon alert for the Wii version of X-Men Destiny that literally
Okay.
just alerted me that there are 2 copies
Wait.
in stock.
Wait, what?
The Wii version of X-Men Destiny.
Wii U or Wii?
Wii. It is incredibly bad.
Why?
Yeah. And illegal.
Yes.
Wait,
Do I buy
What?
this?
what do you
and
mean
stream
illegal?
it?
Oh, because they
They recalled all the copies of X-Men Destiny. Actually, the
Yeah.
Wii version might have gotten through.
Oh. Well, they went through to all the versions went through to stores.
Right. No, but I mean, it might have got like because it's not necessarily on Unreal. right?
yeah. Because they stole fizzy
because
lifting
they
drink is why
stole
it's illegal.
they stole fizzy lifting. Right, they stole the Unreal Engine or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also why they can't. Why Microsoft owns 2 Human but can't sell 2 Human, so they just give it away for free.
Basically, what I'm asking is, if I buy this, do we stream it?
Absolutely, we do.
Okay, I'm adding it to my cart.
Like this ties together all my favorite things about streaming, which is like a weird early-ish 3D era video game that nobody cares about or remembers. A game where you can make your own OC because that game is all about making your own X-Man.
Oh.
And a weird sort of like funny historical circumstances around it. In this case, the fact that it is illegal.
Yes.
Hey,
It also
Robert?
has just like incredibly bad like hand-drawn art for all the portraits and stuff.
Mm.
Like I don't even want to spoil it. Like by finding an image, we'll see it when I stream it.
Yeah. Oh my god. That game had the right idea in a lot of ways. It's just a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
But it was a game where it's like I want to make my own guy that hangs out with
Oh.
all the guys.
Thanks. They decided to let me continue playing the game. I was like, am I supposed to do something? No, it's just, I guess it's someone was just taking their time to let this bridge down. Oh, no, it was
That-
this guy had to go around or something? Wait, is he
Oh.
doing what he was... I think the game got confused.
Enemies breaching from below.
Yeah, okay, even Dwar in the chat asks an important question. Can you not just emulate a dolphin rather than spending your hard-earned money? How much hard-earned money would this cost you, Imran?
20-something bucks. 21.
That's not too bad.
Yeah. I'll expense it. It's someone else's.
But that
hard-earned
is
money.
the era of shitty manuals. Like, that's the era when manuals started becoming basically, like, nothing.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
just, like, a 3-page thing with, like, the warranty information and, like, here's what a controller looks like.
Yeah, just like genericized diagrams that were just in
Yeah.
every copy of every game that publisher put out.
Really dark time.
It was a bad time for sure. I feel like now
RPG.
people have kind of come around the other end now where I feel because I mean physical copies as a rule are kind of more of a luxury item these days.
Yeah.
And so people put a lot more effort into those, I think. Like you do a limited run.
Oh.
Or drills. Why is it always drills? Oh, you've already fought one of these guys, right?
Half. I'm gonna
Yeah.
shoot it right in the butthole.
See? It's a drill with a butt!
Hey, I just kicked your butt, literally.
Actually, that did a lot of damage.
Hey, what's
That wasn't
Sir?
bad. Uh,
Hi. Yeah, no, that's
Oh.
true. Gontron says, yeah, even games that sell steelbooks don't have printed manuals.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I don't know the last time I looked at a manual because it used to be the thing you do after
Yeah.
you like
On the car ride.
yeah, on the way home on the car ride. You look at the manual,
Yeah.
find out
Or if you get home
Or-
and your parents are using the TV or your siblings using
Yeah.
the TV or something, you're like, well, at least I can read the manual.
Did you ever bring your manuals to school with you so you could read them on the bus?
Shit.
yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing.
I remember somebody who I got Zelda early. Like I got Ocarina of Time on the release date, but a friend had to wait till until Christmas to actually play it. So like he paid me not for the game, not to borrow the
To
game,
photocopy
but to read the instruction manual
Oh my
while
God.
we were at school.
Anti-Boredom says, I used to love learning lore that was never actually mentioned in the game in the manuals. Me too. And that is, in fact, the only reason that I have any interest in making a game right now. And that project is still very slow coming, but
Probably can't
basically
quite
just
down
making
there.
a game as an excuse to make a manual for it.
Resistance getting any lighter.
They want to win just as much as we do.
Are these phone booths?
They must be, yeah. Or they're like computer booths.
Yes.
I'll open the elevators.
I used to buy a lot of used games, like all the time, and they would just never come with manuals, like, period.
Yeah. I think some people threw them out.
Totally. I mean, when I was younger, PC games used to come in those big...
Oh my god, the huge
cardboard
cardboard
boxes?
boxes. Yeah.
Yeah.
The trapezoids.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Oh,
they
God.
started
Who's
getting
that?
really silly with them. And they had those like fold out, like box, like the front would like have Velcro that was keeping it attached, but then you would open it and it would have like all this art and stuff inside.
There's too much rubble blocking the road, sir. There's someone blocking.
There was actually, yeah, I read a really interesting article about
This'll come in handy.
video game box, or no, PC game box design sometime last year.
These assholes are
Because like a lot of them were designed by like one guy, I think, or like some of the most like bizarre ones. And it was just because there was like no, it wasn't like, you know, video like console game stores where there was like an approved packaging by the licensor.
Right, yeah.
People just got really silly with it.
Yeah. That's, I mean, it's a different thing, but there was that Tengen era where they were like making their own bootleg carts, basically bootleg. And they were just like different shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear the story about how they got or how they were able to make those carts?
No.
Like literally somebody pretended to be a licensee for Nintendo and walk into the room where they have like the information that you need that was like kept in a safe, looked at there, copied it by hand, and went like left. And like they got sued over this, but like the courts ruled, no, it's fine. Like you can't lock it down this hard that you can't. That
Wow.
nobody can produce stuff.
And nobody
that
can do
say
it?
so.
Yeah.
Also, hello, Taff Garcia. It's going well. We were playing Vanquish.
Yeah. Just chill Monday.
God.
goddamn Korea.
Chill Monday with Muscular Chef here. Dude huge himself.
Slab, beefcake. Flex our muscle. No,
Roll
it's been-
fizzle beef.
It's been too long since I've seen Space Mutiny.
That was easier than expected. That big piece of
I forgot last week that you got to the line, my favorite line in this game. The I think you're getting pretty good at looking like an asshole.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just re-experiencing it all over again.
Does that ship say nacho on the side?
It goes by too fast to read it. Huh. I don't know.
Which, I don't know. This one says Marines.
That says Marines, yeah.
Oh.
debris blocking us ahead.
This is just like the Tacoma Narrows Bridge.
Hold down and get your head straight.
Did you see that thing that was going around that like 475,000 bridges or whatever in America are no longer deficient, but not
Yeah.
because they fixed them, but because they just lowered the bar for like what a bridge needs to be.
Yeah. Like
That
one of them
rules.
is like they didn't fix the bridge, but they built a smaller bridge underneath it so it catches all the debris in case that, and I guess whatever cars will happen to fall down it when the bridge collapses.
Extremely good.
It was
Normal country.
Yep, normal country. Love capitalism.
Love to live in a functioning state that isn't failed at all.
It's coming down! Move! Do not get dragged into this shit!
Oh, this is a good set piece. The sliding.
Yeah,
the
no, this is pretty
bridge.
cool.
This is a cool bridge sequence.
Kind of
Yeah.
reminds me of, well, no, that's the only similarity is that it's on a bridge. I was like trying to think of other bridge sequences in games, and I immediately just went to Halo 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's a bridge in like the second level in Egypt, I think. Where you go
What is
across
the
with
Halo
tank.
but a big bridge?
It's just a, yeah, that's so
Big
true.
round bridge.
Whoa, wait, this is also a Halo, kind of.
Yeah.
This is a
Yeah,
long,
it-
it's
it
just
totally
a
is.
long Halo.
Yeah. There's a name for these things. They're like a real scientific, like theoretical concept.
The long
Uh,
halos.
Oh,
You have to like. All I remember about them from Gundam is that you have to anchor them at Lagrange points.
those are really critical.
Yeah. Something to do with gravity.
Yeah. Monoxide particles. Something.
Yeah.
No,
You need to
sorry,
get your
I need
AHAP
that upgrade. I
reactor.
can't run yet. I need my gun to be better.
Ooh, people talking about favorite bridge scenes in video games in chat. There's some good ones. There is a lot of good stuff that happens on bridges in games.
Charted, I feel like kind of ruins bridges a little bit.
Call it Super
Because like every
Yeah.
single bridge is gonna fall.
Not without air
That's
support.
true.
It's too big a risk.
Twilight
There's a
Princess,
monorail
that was a good
nearby
bridge.
you can use.
Yeah.
Good
They
bridge.
just
Good
fucking
bridge.
smashed the bridge.
No,
Oh
going
shit.
by air.
Metal Gear Solid 2.
Take the
That
monorail.
opening.
Shadow of the Colossus has some good bridges.
Right.
Ooh, yeah, real good bridges. Devil May Cry 5. It's a 7 out of 10 bridge. It's
Yeah.
the second level in that game, I think.
Sam loves to take rides. He simply loves to go on rides.
Yeah.
They call him Jetstream Sam because he loves it when you are jet streaming in a car and he gets to stick his head out of the window like a dog. Because he goes for a ride.
Half-Life
Told you
2
that the next joke would be worse.
did have a cool bridge sequence. The big suspension bridge thing that you're like, you kind of have to go under at points. And there's like,
yeah.
there's the flying guys trying to get you.
The next time I interview Miyazaki, I want to ask him, like, did anything happen to you on a bridge as a kid or something? Like, why do you hate bridges so much?
Bridges are just dramatic. They're just a good dramatic location.
On it, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, video games love liminal spaces, right? And like, by definition, a bridge is a liminal space.
Yeah.
It's the cornerstone between two other locations.
Whoa, don't get political with me.
Oh, you're just upgrading the shit out of that sniper rifle. Oh, well, you might need it.
Okay.
This is a good idea for a stealth sequence. Not actually hiding, just shooting spotlights.
There should be a silenced anti-personnel rifle aboard. You need to make sure they don't hear you as well.
What?
Problem.
Oh.
Enemy disabled.
Maybe I shouldn't have grabbed all of those to upgrade it, because now I don't have any ammos left.
Oh. But the game has to throw ammo your way, right?
Enemy disabled.
Maybe. Unless it was just like, hey, you shouldn't grab all of those right away.
Shinji Mikami wouldn't make a game where you have limited ammo.
They wouldn't make a resource limited, would they?
I mean, maybe if you get hit by a spotlight, it's not actually like game over. Maybe
I
you
don't
just
think
get
it's game
attacked.
over. I think probably it's just I get attacked, yeah.
This was shortly after the era of like Splinter Cell games where it's like, nope, Sam, you've been literally a guy named Sam. You've been caught 3 times. The mission's over.
Yep. I really didn't care for that era of stealth games.
See, I did. I liked them both. I liked Metal Gear Solid and I liked Splinter Cell. But you know me. I'm also like big on friction and just like repetitive action until you get it exactly right.
Is that it? Oh shit. Are they gonna... Monorail.
Oh, you're safe under the bridge. Bridge is coming to the rescue again.
It's
Yeah,
Sam
you know,
Bridges.
sometimes I feel like I need a vacation.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes I feel like I want to go.
Uh-huh. Oh. Can you use a regular gun to shoot these? Or does it have to be a sniper rifle? Oh, maybe you can shoot these guys down to get ammo. Oh yeah, Soft Deadline says Half-Life 1 had a good monorail sequence. RPG!
How come I can't? They're going under me though. That should be fine, right?
Are they, yeah, they're just missing?
There's no bridge under there or anything.
Oh, is that what they're trying to shoot? Oh, yeah, this is monorail.
It's doing a little bit of damage, but like,
Barely.
yeah.
Well, I'm not getting the achievement. Presumably there is an achievement for doing this right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bummer because obviously, as everybody knows, the most important achievements are Steam achievements.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there
No
are
one
people
cheats on
who...
that.
Yeah, no one cheats on them. How come I can't shoot these anymore? Do you just need the... Is this just my punishment? Now I'm just getting shot forever?
Yeah.
And I can't stop these things?
But also, nothing's happening. It's not affecting your health at all.
I guess not. These
There you
things are
go.
just like...
You're just out of range.
Oh, they're just almost indestructible. They just have a ton of health.
Oh, yeah. There's and I think there's probably a wicked fall off on your gun there.
Yeah. Stop shooting at me. Can I have more rifle? Yeah, I really wasn't supposed to pick up all 4 of those.
You have a very powerful sniper rifle that can't shoot anything.
Yep.
What I love about this too is like, well, at the next sniper level, you'll have a really good sniper. But then, obviously, this will be the last sniper like level ever in the game. There won't be anything else.
The monorail is starting to get a little bit sick.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You're landing
Oh
shots,
shit!
huh?
Wow. The
Take out the enemy before they hit you.
Hey, game.
I don't think that was supposed to happen.
hey,
Probably.
what? How come?
Oh, is all the damage you
Oh.
took earlier catching up in the game?
Oh
think
god.
so.
Can I not shoot these missiles down?
It doesn't look like it.
Or no, I can.
Oh,
You must be able to. Maybe you need to slow down time and do it.
Are
Well,
they like?
I'm like, why are they going the wrong way now? Is the game okay? Why are they going over there?
I don't know.
Oh, they're shooting that thing.
Oh.
The second monorail is
What?
more enticing to shoot.
What is happening?
Okay.
Oh, we're good.
Maybe
Right.
did like Ivanova say something there where she's like, I've hacked the other monorail to be a decoy.
I have no
I wonder if it
idea.
just like the game is like, we don't want you to start this over. We don't want to start it over. It's fine.
Listen, we know.
You got 75% of the way there. It's almost 100.
Oh, jeez. Jeez, these guys are shooting at me. You see this?
You see these guys? You see those guns? Did you rub my lamp? Did you bring me here?
No. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, those axes. You
Those
can't.
axes.
The only melee that seems to be worth a damn is the like
The running
bolting
kick
forward
thing,
kick.
yeah.
Yeah.
Path, Sam. The enemy RIs must have put it there.
Explosives should do the trick.
This stream is causing me a real problem too because you stream on Mondays and Fridays, and that's been the case for a very long time now. But it does make me conflate Mondays and Fridays in my head. So I'm like, I can't wait to be
End of
done
the
with this
week.
stream. At the end of the week, go lay down, pick up a nice book, keep reading
Yep.
Pluto.
Yep.
I had a
Play with
problem
my cat.
last night where I was like, for some reason in the evening, I thought, oh, it's Friday. I got the whole weekend ahead of me.
Oh no.
And which is
Whoa.
the most bitter way to like realize you're wrong.
Yeah, the whole weekend ahead of you. Oh no. And like, it's not like we have the hardest jobs in the whole world. It's not like our jobs are easy either. But you know, people have things that are more grating on their physical bodies and stuff. Like I've had some of those jobs. I like my job right now. Is another way of phrasing all this.
Yeah.
And yet,
Nobody likes Mondays. It doesn't matter what your job is.
Can I
doesn't
admit
matter.
something to you?
yeah.
I actually kind of like Mondays. Because
Explosives are set.
I know it's sick. I know it's disgusting. But Mondays have so much promise. Tuesdays and Wednesdays can fuck off.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But Mondays, yeah, I can no longer. Garfield Kart has uninstalled itself from my computer. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I get obviously why people hate them. And I'm very lucky, yeah, to have a job that I that I like. But yeah, no, I hate Tuesdays and Wednesdays much more than Mondays, because Monday is like the illusion of like a fresh start.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the new year.
Like the new year. It's Monday is in many ways the January of the week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always saying this. Just like February is the November of the year.
Yeah, that's right. That's
February
true. I
is
saw
the
that.
November of the year.
Explosive set.
Get back from that barricade.
Fanbyte.com wouldn't say that if it wasn't true.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're safe to detonate now.
It really is. I mean, this February certainly is. Oh my god.
Although it isn't February yet, so
No, but it's.
Which-
I mean,
Barricade is down.
February
also-
starts a couple weeks early for us.
Yeah, I had
No,
to convince myself
stop!
today that it's not February. So I looked at the day, I was like, yeah, February 1st. It's like we're starting the roll.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Uh-huh.
I guess not.
In your path.
No.
It's still somehow January.
Just put it there.
But also, we get games a couple. Not every game, but we get a few games a couple of weeks ahead of time, and we start doing a lot of that
fewer
work
than
ahead
you
of time.
might think.
Fewer than you might think. And we're not alone in that either. Like,
Yeah,
especially for
yeah.
a couple of recent ones. I've been talking to. You know, this is the other thing. Is a lot of us talk between
Listen,
each other.
people
sometimes.
talk. People are gonna
Yeah.
talk. People are gonna talk.
Listen. many
What's
people
rolling
are
out in
talking about this.
February? Oh, good God. The two big ones for me are Elden Ring and Witch Queen.
You need to
Witch
play
Queen,
another
yeah.
set of
Sifu.
charges.
Sifu is also coming out, which looks
Dying Light
pretty
2.
neat. Dying Light 2. That game got delayed a bunch of times, huh?
Yeah.
'Cause
So
it was
did
like-
Elden Ring.
It was like December, January, February?
Is that right? Was it that many, huh?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because a YouTuber that I watched, his videos have like ads in it, he was like sponsored by them a few times. So I was like watching a video the other day, and it's like Dying Light 2. It comes out January, blah blah blah, and I was like, wait, is this out already?
Oh. Horizon is coming out next month.
Oh
Yeah.
really?
A week before Elden Ring.
That Evil Dead, the game, that Dead by Daylight clone is coming out next month.
Yeah, I was gonna put that on a review list. I was like, no, we're probably not gonna review that.
Yeah. Sorry, Ash.
And I like Evil Dead a lot. I like Army of Darkness, but it's just so packed this February.
Whoa. Butch Bigfoot says I think Elden Ring might be the first Souls game I pick up.
You're safe to
Ooh.
Yeah. Try it.
I bet there will be a lot of people. It's like
I
that.
bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
The barricade is down, Sam. Get back to the
Oh yeah, Xenophon was talking about that game you showed me, Merritt, Vampire Survivor.
Oh yeah, that I only know about that because I saw there were a bunch. YouTube was trying to show me videos about it, of like Northern Lion or whatever his name is, being like, "This is the sleeper hit of 2022," and then I
Yeah.
went on Steam and like it had a ton of positive reviews, and I was like, "Oh, this might actually be something."
I
should,
got
Mhm.
Oh, I was just gonna say a friend at another video game site of mine also just
colony.
DM'd me over Discord this weekend to be like, "Yo, have you played Vampire Survivor yet?"
Yeah, you know, like that's my thing. I just occasionally, oh, this is pretty.
Ooh.
I like look on Steam sometimes, and then it turns out that like I'm pretty sure I did this with Among Us too. And I was like, oh,
Oh,
this
yeah.
game is really popping off,
Get light reflectors down.
and then it did.
And then it really did, yeah.
It
Uh-huh.
really did. I'm gonna play Elden
I
Ring
don't
on
know what I
PC.
expected.
Yes.
But when I looked at this game, but it wasn't this.
Oh yeah.
This.
Uh-huh. Vampire Survivor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like a weird twin stick shooter kind of.
They call it
Yeah.
reverse bullet hell in somewhere.
Right, because you are
there.
just like shooting. You're just like killing like a billion vampires, I guess.
like D.
Just like Vampire Hunter D. Am I supposed to be sniping this thing's giant glowing eye?
Maybe. Do you have other guns on here that they gave you? The weak points are usually red though, not blue.
That's true.
I am not hit. Reverse bullet hell, you're the bullet. No, you're like thousands of enemies are coming at you like gauntlet style, and then you're just shooting millions of bullets back at them in every direction.
It's like a top-down Musa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Sorry if I'm going to butcher this name. I'm very bad at reading when
I
people
think
have
it's
usernames that are multiple
Carelessly
names.
Yours.
Carelessly yours. Okay, that's a good name.
Why does this thing look like a Star Trek too? Also, I just noticed that.
Clarissa. Apparently some of the art is from a batch of free assets one of the guys who works on Destiny uploaded as a help other game devs thing, which is neat.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I like that. That was a thing I didn't realize about Inscription until after I watched a Let's Play like weeks after I beat it, and saw that like if you look at the credits to that game, like
yeah.
it's just like him crediting asset stores and stuff. It's like, oh,
Star Trek copyrighted nacelles, yeah. No, yeah, the thing about this the vampire thing does kind of look like a bunch of free assets in a way that Inscription doesn't. But I don't know, it could still be good.
yeah. Well, there was one more coming out next month that Ollie Ollie World is coming out next month. I like that first Ollie Ollie on Vita.
Yeah. It's like an open world 2D game, right? Ollie Ollie World?
Yeah, open world 2.5D. It's like 3D assets, but all 2D.
Yeah.
It's got like a story in it and stuff too, which the original games did not.
Well,
Yeah.
don't do that. So that was me
Despair.
showing you what not to do.
Right, yeah.
Despair.
Oh, thank you, Merritt. Thank you for showing me that.
I give you despair.
Shall I give you despair?
Yeah, I want that pair. That was a classic meme back in the day.
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah, like Sephiroth offering you a pair.
March also has like 5 games he probably needs to review.
Oh my god, really? Oh, damn, Rod.
Oh no!
Are you okay? Are you okay? Hey, are you okay?
There's a lot of guys here.
Of the main laser cannon up top, and you should be able to cause the Freon to
Filthy
They're
Phil
really-
PhD. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it says, when you preview a game, how much time do you get to do it usually?
Very
Very little.
It varies wildly, but like, yeah.
Usually very little.
It depends also like what you mean by preview, like if it's like demo or like you get it in advance, like the code in advance.
Right.
Yeah.
Different people do, like Capcom does this now, where they will give you just the review copy of the game months in advance sometimes, and then just say you can write a preview of this game, of the full version of this game, but you can only put it out like a month or 2 months ahead of the game coming out,
Oh,
and
that's
then
a
you
yes.
can put out a review later.
Yeah. But with a lot of people, like Nintendo is notorious about like not sending shit out.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
Nintendo has not done a demo, I feel like, in about 2 years. Like,
Yeah.
even maybe pre-pandemic. And review copies from Nintendo are very particular.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nintendo seems to have a lot. This isn't entirely unique to Nintendo. A couple of different places do this, but they have kind of a tiered system of you don't get anything, you get the game early, or we will give you the game on the day of release, hours after it's been available
Yeah.
on the eShop.
Right.
So we're kind of in that bucket.
The other thing now is like also people are just people are getting increasingly bold about embargo restrictions. Where
Yeah.
like it's like you can't talk about the story or the first thing that happens in the game or stuff that was shown in a trailer.
Yeah,
And it's
uh-huh.
like, okay, I mean this sucks. Like this is not good.
Yeah.
It's also very funny because a lot of people will do that even with games that are very good, and it's just like, oh no, I can't say that.
No, that's what I mean.
Like,
it's not like they're doing it. You'd think, oh, a company would want to do this if they're really insecure about the product, but like, no, it's like even on huge titles too.
Yeah, Nintendo. I remember there were multiple times where the post-game content is by far the best content. Like,
right, yeah.
legitimately worth buying the game on its own that they will not let you talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think multiple sites are doing the thing now where they'll just wait till release to, like, they want to be the they'll take the game early, then wait till release for the actual review because there's just no way to not talk about some of that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, totally. A lot of people, I think this also happens in waves. Like, you and I both am Ron and Merritt from a different angle because you used to develop games a bit.
Kind of.
different types of
shit.
games. But we've all been kind of doing this for a while now, and you kind of start over time to realize it kind of comes and goes in waves too.
Yeah.
They get stricter and stricter and weirder about embargoes, and then there's usually some kind of weird scandal, and then they pull back, and then they start getting stricter and stricter and stricter again, and then there's a weird scandal, and then they pull back.
Damn, this music, this vibe. Oh. What was that for?
Just to show you how many guys they could get on screen. Oh, circuit sequence.
Oh, Jesus, that's a...
Oh my god.
That's much bigger than I thought it was going to be.
I always thought that was a building. Okay.
This game does scale very well.
How?
Yeah.
How do you want me to destroy this? Because I have okay, because that is a fucking walking library.
Yeah.
Like, is this
It's a video
doing
game, so,
anything?
the
Doesn't
only
seem
two
like
paths are
No.
turret or going inside of it. I feel like that's
That's
the
true.
only two.
Right, yeah.
Now, if I was riding, I could just cut it in half.
Merritt, I was literally about to say, now if you were riding, God.
Well, I helped. I blew that thing up.
Yeah. I mean,
Little
are
tank
you
looks like a lost baby on the battlefield.
are you protecting your tanks while they shoot it? Is that the idea?
Maybe? Oh, yeah, it said destroy enemy armor with the turret, so I guess, yeah, I'm probably just trying to take out these tanks and protect them because they're shooting their lasers at it.
Yeah, they gotta fire their lasers.
They gotta.
When is Funke gonna do a vineyard on just like memes that happened before they were born?
Mr. T ate my balls. What
Oh,
are
wow,
some
I
other
remember
old
that.
ones? If I see
You're
that
the
fucking
man now,
cat one more
dog.
time. Oh, yeah, yeah. YTMND. God.
Mm-hmm. R.I.P. What was I thinking of? The French missiles, fire Z missiles.
Mm-hmm.
Charging
The end
my
of the
laser.
world or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I think we already talked about this, but we need to do a thing where we sit Funke down and watch the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny with them.
Yeah, why aren't there any guns that face down on this? Like, that, if you're building a huge thing, you'd think you'd have some guns that... Yeah, like, what is happening right now? I'm not really doing anything. Do I need to go up there?
I feel like this must involve something because, like, this game does not slow down like this.
No, maybe. Well, no, you can't really hop
I
down.
don't think
There's
it's gonna let
a
me.
there's a Candide back there though.
Where?
Back on the other side of the bridge, down, and then you look down to the to the far side.
Down here?
Yeah, I'm on a
yeah.
bit of a delay, so.
Oh, shit, right. Let me set up... I totally forgot to do that. Like an hour in.
It's been fun. I've been looking at chat.
Yeah. John is so genuinely jazzed about Stranger of Paradise. It's very endearing. He's DMing us to be like, this is going to be on my goatee list.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. What was in that trailer that just came out? Was it what? Was it another really goofy thing?
It's among like some of the worst voice acted dialogue I've ever heard.
Okay.
It's pretty bad.
Hell yeah.
It's like a parody of JRPG dialogue.
Just
Like,
tell me
very-
about the crystals.
Yeah, very
He literally
serious.
says.
This guy's at a wedding, but he has his like cell phone out, And then halfway through the trailer, just all the epic music and all the bosses and all that stuff is over. It starts playing Sinatra's "My Way" as more just
What?
trailer footage of play.
They do the fucking Hideo Kojima trailer thing, which is that the trailer ends and then fades to black and then cuts back up with a different song, and it's playing Sinatra.
Okay, I'm actually very confused here because nothing's shooting at me. These guys seem pretty ineffectual. I feel like I was supposed to destroy tanks, but I destroyed one, and there aren't any more coming.
The tank came when you were shooting stuff, so maybe you were destroying things up there.
I'm gonna just try shooting at it a little more. Like, what's that bar? Am I forcing it back?
Oh, man.
There's a
No,
bar-
that's if you turn left or right. That shows you.
Oh, okay. But I am destroying those missile batteries.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
coming off.
Yeah, okay. And I think that'll probably summon another tank out or something.
Yeah, to defend it.
I love how we're trying to like figure out like the video game logic of this encounter.
Right.
Like, okay, well, if you do that, then this will probably trigger this kind of event.
This game does kind of have, like, so far, I don't remember these moments, but it sure seems like this game is full of those moments of, like, some weird scripting problems. Just having watched you play it. Again, I've been watching a playthrough of Binary Domain recently. None of those problems in there. Just a smooth experience.
Did you see what Nagoshi named his new studio?
I did.
Nagoshi Studio.
Nagoshi Studio.
Video. Like,
That
you know,
seems
Hideo, we were just talking
really-
about Hideo Kojima.
Really unusual for a Japanese developer.
Yeah.
I mean, even an American developer too. Like,
Yeah. Nagoshi's got swagger. I think he wants to show off, like, yeah, I was poached. Like, they wanted me.
I think if I'm NetEase, I also probably want to show that off.
Yeah. Good way for them to I was gonna say, to take out everyone's eye off the money they gave David Cage.
Oh my god, is that them?
Yeah. They gave Quantic Dream, I want to say, like, 100 million? Something absurd like that?
Oh my god. Well, I guess that's why that Star Wars game looked so good until the fucking produced by came on screen.
okay, seriously,
This can't be it. It can't be that. That
I-
thing's too innocuous.
checkpoint, because I think it's confusing.
Maybe just broken. Spawn on me is in the chat saying so many bullets.
A lot of bullets.
Yeah, that's why it's
Huh?
called Bulletstorm.
I liked Bulletstorm.
Me too, Imran.
Being informed, this isn't Bulletstorm.
This is not Bulletstorm.
Was that the game where you cuss but you shoot too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it also had like a really good, like the actual gameplay loop in that game was like pretty fun. You had
Yeah.
like an energy whip that you would like move people around the environment with and kick them onto spikes and stuff.
You had a better Duke boot than Duke.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh God! Speaking of kicking people, I've been thinking of replaying. What is it? Messiah of Might and Magic, Dark Messiah.
Oh my god, yeah, Dark
Because
Messiah.
I played that a little bit when I was in college. I did not realize that that was a what's their name joint.
Arcane.
Yeah. That's cool, and it makes sense in retrospect because that game is all about just like freezing people and then kicking them into a million pieces, or like doing all kinds of stupid stuff. Okay, and yeah, it does have the kick where you just like,
Kick
like-
people off bridges, actually.
like kick
a lot. Wait, Merrick, can you destroy those like Space Invader barriers over there with the turret?
Space Invader.
Are they, like-
these?
Yeah, look, the big below that, the big debris.
This.
Yeah. Are those like blocking your tanks? No. I thought maybe that's what it meant by armor.
I think there's another tank like hiding behind. Yeah, look.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's the case.
you're right.
I've looked up a walkthrough and like all it says is protect your Gundam tanks until something changes.
Wow, I can barely see it.
There you go. Clearly it wants you to go down there at some point because there's ammo crates down there.
Yeah, you will go down there eventually.
Now I can't shoot these either. These don't fall off anymore.
Is there another tank that we can't see? Or can you go down now that the tanks are destroyed?
I feel like it would tell me.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Why are these invincible now? Vanquish, you're changing the rules on me. I can make that. I can jump it.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Quick smoke.
If this, yeah, if this game truly offered 6 degrees of freedom, it would allow you to pick if you wanted to use the turret or go down and get your hands dirty.
There must be another guy just hidden out there.
There must be, yeah.
Where's this other guy? Can you go back down behind you, go under the bridge? I don't think so. I think I tried to do that and...
Is that red thing a guy? The right there, to your up and to the left a little.
That?
Yeah, is that a guy?
That does not appear to be a guy. Hey, what if I shoot this guy?
Oh, that might help.
No.
Filthy Phil again says, "Can you try killing your own guys?" Merritt has. Merritt has tried.
Okay. What is going on with this with this game? I feel like there have been other weird moments, but none of them have just been like stuck like this.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, we gotta see. Okay, let me zoom in. There's just gotta be another tank somewhere, right?
Yeah. I
You
mean,
want me to read you this paragraph for in this walkthrough?
Sure.
All right. Move up at the beginning of the stage and start taking out mechs. Whatever you do not get caught in the Creon's giant laser. It will instantly kill you. You can tell where it's going to fire, blah, blah, blah. You must hop into a turret and defend 3 APCs. If you've got time, take out the mechs, but your main targets are the tanks with the blades in the front. Focus your fire on the weak spot on the turret. This will blow the turrets up. Then destroy the vehicle before they can make their way to the APCs. As long as one APC remains alive, you'll be fine. So I guess you got to hit that turret up there in the weak spot.
This? No,
I thought
I think they were talking about destroying the tanks.
the tank turrets. Yeah.
I think
do
the
you have to,
game
like-
just got sick. Maybe I should just start the level over.
Yeah. Maybe just restart chapter. Not act, but chapter, if that's an option.
Because those were blowing up before. Oh, are they again now? Well, not really.
They have health bars.
They do. Okay, I'm gonna restart from the beginning of the mission.
Yeah, that might be your only option.
Folks. Oh, well, okay. Well, we're still right here.
Yeah, nice.
No!
This worked out great.
Great job.
Yeah, good stuff. That's what we wanted.
You have to shoot
Progress.
them back 999,999 times for the secret ending.
I am looking at March. We got Elex 2. Everybody excited for that one?
I don't know what it is. Every time I hear the name, it sounds like a puzzle game.
No.
Is that
It is-
elect bits?
No. Elex is like, I think it's a
It's an RPG.
Is it Piranha Bytes? Yeah, it's an open world RPG from like a European studio, I believe.
Huh. Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Piranha
shit.
Bytes. It's like the Risen people, I think.
Oh, right. Whatever happened to Gothic?
The people who made Risen, or who made Gothic, went on to make Risen, and now they're making Elex.
Oh. Well, asked and answered.
I don't know. There was a Gothic 4, wasn't there? And like everybody hated it or something.
Well, I'm on pest control. Ex-girlfriend hated bugs.
You need to clear the area.
Soft Deadline in chat says Elex was the first Steam game I refunded. Not so good. Well, glowing endorsement for that one. I know. Oh, Babylon's Fall is next month. That's like March 3rd, or not next month, but because it's
Wait,
not
yeah.
February.
is that the live game? The
Yes.
Yeah.
Square Enix live game.
that everyone hates?
They sure seem to.
The beta was real bad.
Oh, really?
It. Maybe it's just because they both have Fall in the title and they're both fantasy live games, but it does give me some Fall vibes here and there.
Okay, we're back.
Nice. We're back, baby. Back at it again at Space Colony.
Mm-hmm.
All right, check another walkthrough. It does seem to indicate there should be tanks here that you should be able to destroy.
Well, there is one, and there's one.
Oh, that guy's definitely just stuck on a thing. So there must just be guys stuck behind cover.
Okay, well, that one is destroyed.
Nice.
Oh, were there just goons I was supposed to blow up?
Maybe.
Because, like, it got stuck before it, like, stopped walking. It was just, like...
Right. It's, like, turning now, isn't it? It's turning to face you?
Hello.
Okay, those are at least
I can
blowing up.
shoot these
Okay.
again. Oh, and it's shooting at me now, so that's good.
Encouraging, yeah.
Yeah, that's movement.
Is there another tank? I wonder why I just stopped shooting its big fuck off laser. Just was like, oh, well, no. They've had enough.
That'd be too good. That'd be OP, honestly. That'd be cheap.
Gotta give them a chance to blow it up with the little guns. Okay, seriously.
Race Time
Again?
Horses is maybe you have to real-time wait for someone else to handle it, but you waited a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
unless
no,
they're
we-
like, oh, we're sort of like revising the entire point of the game. Like, this is the part of the game where you have to go slow. Then, like,
Take a nap.
yeah. Like, okay, so there is a tank behind there that isn't dead, but also I can't see it.
Is there like any kind of alt fire on these turrets?
Are there turrets on the bottom?
Maybe. Okay, I am on a Steam forum discussion about somebody who's got stuck at this exact same part. Game is stuck. Destroy the enemy armor. I'm in the mission with the giant machine that shoots giant lasers at you. On the bridge, you have to Gatling guns, and you get the objective, destroy the enemy armor. But there's nothing to destroy. Only one of the enemy tanks attacks me. I watched a YouTube video from someone playing on 360, and he got attacked by 3 of them. And when he destroyed all of them, a cutscene triggered.
Someone in chat said you have to switch to 30. What if I just turn VSync on?
That's always solved problems in video games.
Yeah. Someone's saying I have to switch to 30 frames per second.
would not
I'm
be,
reading
like,
the same
shocking.
thing. I'm reading the same thing in this thread here. I forced 30 frames per second, and
Oh.
that made the mission play out properly.
Ah,
I couldn't
VSync
actually
fixed
set
it.
30. Ah!
Wow. The tanks can't handle VSync. Or not R6
They need to be VSynced.
They need to be VSync.
Wow. Wow.
This is the thing with like Resident Evil 4 too, where if you play it at 60, the QTEs just fucking break.
Yeah.
You can't do a lot of them.
Dark Souls 2, I want to say, when it first came out on PC before Scholar of the First Sin, weapon durability was tied to frame rate.
I had to make a build around because like if you touched an object that was on the ground that was ragdolling, it would count every single frame. Like even more like it would be a hit. So you would just break your weapon immediately. Hitting it.
Incredible.
So I had to build a fencing build to not do that.
I forget how they fixed that in Scholar of the First Sin, but I think there was some very goofy workaround.
Wow.
It's
actually
not an official.
working. Oh no, those guys just got ground up. Why would you run
Oh.
into the? Oh shit, I'm out of juice, boys.
Oh no, oh no. Oh
You
boys.
started to run
Well,
out of juice.
they need to reload, right?
Use the Gatling gun.
Do they reload?
Oh, I thought they reloaded.
I think they're just out.
They're just
They're
out.
just
Is there
out.
another Gatling gun? There's different multiple guns, right?
There's 2. I used both of them.
Well, it's pretty low.
Too bad you can't like get behind it.
Right, like shoot it in its weak point.
Are these things? Oh, okay, no. They are.
Okay, yeah.
It is getting damage. Just not very much.
Yeah. Well, it's got a weak point that theoretically they want you to shoot. I guess you probably ended up wasting a lot of ammo here that you
Yeah.
normally wouldn't.
Yeah, it's fine.
Come
Worst case scenario,
on.
which is a fourth time.
But at least this time we're pretty confident it'll actually work. Oh, can you shred little guns? Those are weak points, right?
I think it just
Yeah.
got blown up. Yeah.
You need to get out of there.
Phew.
Preparing to fire.
Finally.
We did it.
All right, moving forward. Now, keep me coming.
Wow. That
Just
was
in the nick of time.
just sweet crayon's leg.
Oh, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands comes out in March.
Sure does.
Oh yeah.
That's a thing that'll definitely be good for guides.
That's true. Oh god, yeah. Borderlands 3 did really well for us in the early days of Fanbyte.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm the only person I know who completed that game from beginning to end.
I definitely
I
wrote
did as
guides
well.
for it. I did not finish it. I got to the point where they referenced Randy's porn escapades and was just like,
yeah.
nah, I'm done. Die. That's it for me.
The weird thing about that game is like how much disrespect it shows Tales from the Borderlands.
Yeah.
Which is in almost every
right,
way a better
yeah.
product.
That was one of the
one
things
that
really
everyone
pissed me
like
off.
liked, right?
Because I love Tales from the Borderlands. It's really good.
Okay, what's happening here?
You need to stop
And they just like
moving to pass by.
have one of the main characters kind of have disappeared off screen. Oh, there you go. And then like reduce the other main character to like a parody of himself with a mustache. And the joke is he has a
I
mustache
got
now.
a mustache. Pretty cool, huh?
And isn't mustache funny? Mustaches are funny.
What? Yeah, right. It's 2013, right? Mustaches are funny.
Yeah,
They couldn't hire Troy Baker, which forced him to get into NFTs.
Right, yeah.
Just to,
That
to
was
make
his
ends
villain
meet.
arc. That was his villain origin story.
Yeah.
That got it open. Everyone help Sam get inside that opening.
Man, Tales from the Borderland was great.
I've reached the central building and
I'm
we'll be
bummed.
handling
I
it
mean,
at a
who knows? I
so
guess now that
aggressive.
Telltale is kind of back, maybe that happens again. Maybe a season 2 of that happens one day.
Use the wire gun. You need to get those combat engineers beneath the hole in the Creon.
Get them to the hole. Got it.
Take it to the hole.
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
Oh, you're gonna switch over to San Andreas? You got that definitive edition
Oh,
installed?
yeah. 3 guys in a row just said grumble, grumble, grumble.
What's your favorite GTA?
I mean, I've only played San Andreas for like any amount of time
Okay.
because I didn't own a PS2.
I see.
And I wasn't really interested by the time 4 and 5 came out.
Sure.
So either San Andreas or Vice City. I think maybe Vice City. 'Cause it was the first one where you could like go in buildings and stuff, and it
yeah.
just felt so much more alive. Also, just like the I mean, the aesthetics of both of those games are very good because they're both like extremely good periods for music.
Yeah, licensed music.
Yeah.
You're too close to the blast radius of the Creon's engines.
I hesitate to say I like it now, but at the time, GTA 4 was just like mind blowing.
Sure. Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. I've never been a GTA person, so I'm always like curious what people's like memories of those games are because it just never, none of them have ever clicked with me.
Yeah. I played a bit of the DS one, and then I was just like, I don't
Oh, Chinatown
I don't
Wars.
feel great about this.
They put out like 2 PSP ones too that were just like full
Yep.
Grand Theft Auto 3D games.
Yeah. One of them was a vector to hacking the PSP the first time, so worked out great.
My I guess I also really like Saints Row. Saints Row the Third is great. 4
Oh,
is
sure.
also
If we're
very good.
counting Saints Row as GTA, then Saints Row 4.
Yes.
I'm not necessarily counting it. I was just gonna say, but I think that like also can count. I was just gonna say of like open world, more or less rounded games. 4 obviously for Saints Row.
It's silly, yeah.
It's silly, but Sleeping Dogs was always my go-to for that sort of formula.
Yeah, I never played that.
It's very
Oh,
good.
it's real good.
That
Such
was sort
a shame.
of the period where I like wasn't really playing games.
Oh, sure.
Sir, we're over the bridge, but surround
And honestly, it ties back into just kind of my taste in games, which is like GTA. So much of the fun is like all the main missions in GTA are too restrictive, and then like all the fun parts of GTA are not restrictive enough for me.
Sure.
Like Sleeping Dogs kind of fits right in the middle for me.
hey, look who it is.
Oh, there he is! I knew he was in here.
You got your back.
figure it out and fast.
Hold on.
Thanks, Shinji. I'm sorry, S. We don't know. We can't see.
It could be
Could be Sam.
Sam Mikami.
And Mikami. Yeah.
Only room for 2 Sams in this army.
Cut my
It's-
head off of Resident Evil 4. Comes to PS2.
When they said this Sam's army, they meant this one.
Okay. Are all the turrets dead?
Oh yeah, Clarissa. They tried to make a sequel to Sleeping Dogs.
Yeah. Sleeping Dogs 2 was a thing. Square Enix, I think, said no. Then they made the online game when Square Enix was like, this is bad.
Yeah. Triad Wars.
Yeah. Maybe? That sounds right.
And even Sleeping Dogs began as a third game in the Streets of the True Crime franchise.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Wow. Horizon Horses says, I'm just finding out Watch Dogs is not a sequel to Sleeping Dogs.
That's very funny. Watch Dogs 1, not a good game.
They keep trying with Watch Dogs, and like they're having varying degrees of success, but like I don't understand what is getting this company Ubisoft that has given up on things much faster.
Yeah.
Like what is
It's someone's pet
compelling
project at this point.
Yeah.
Like some exec is just like, no, we can do it. We can make it happen.
That's definitely what's his name at there for the third game was definitely like, I have this really cool tech I want to try, and then
Clint
Ubisoft was like, Clint Hawking, yeah.
Yeah.
And was like, and they were like, well, we got to tie it to a franchise. What's one that we don't care about very much?
Yeah. Jeez, these guys are really just
You're out of range to use
jacking
the
my
ladder
scene.
gun. You need to
Right,
get those
yeah.
combat engineers beneath the hull in the Creon.
Getting into a very tight space with them like that is tough because they're way better in melee than you are.
Yeah,
Your power came from uncapped frame rate.
it's true. I'll be taking this then. Yes.
I've been rereading because I didn't realize that I had already read it before. One of the, I think it may be the last Discworld book that ever got released before Terry Pratchett passed away. This got a lot of Goblin stuff in there.
Oh yeah, my guy loved a goblin.
Loved a Goblin. Big Goblin content in Raising Steam.
I think I only ever read one of those. It was good.
Which one did you read?
It's about like some monks and like a clock that stopped time or something.
Thief of Time.
Yes.
That's a good one. That also has, like, probably the closest thing to merit the person in the book.
And that
the form-
is
Susan Still Helen is probably the most merit-like character in the Discworld franchise.
who is that?
She's the main character of that book.
I thought the character was like a monk.
There, I guess the Thief of Time specifically kind of splits its time between her and the monk.
Oh, okay.
She is the granddaughter of Death in the Discworld franchise.
Oh. That's cool.
Yeah. Death is in every single Discworld book except for one, I think.
Isn't there like a weird Santa guy in those books too?
The Hog Father, yeah. Santa, but with tusks. A man named Mr. Tea Time, except it's not actually pronounced Mr. Tea Time, but it's spelled Mr. Tea Time. Tries to kill Santa in The Hogfather, the book called The Hogfather.
Oh no.
He goes around. The plot of that book is that he is hired by auditors of reality who hate life because life is hard to quantify and record. So they're like, well, we should really stop life because it's so messy. It's like way cooler when planets are just rocks and shitty gas. So they hire the Assassin's Guild to kill Santa Claus, and the Assassin's Guild is like, sure, we'll fucking take your money, asshole. We'll
Wait,
kill Santa.
what is their sort of game plan there by killing Santa? Will that somehow like erase everyone else?
They're trying to erode the concept of faith little by little, and like belief. So they're like, well, what's something we can start with? We can start with Santa Claus. And so they hire them, and the Assassin's Guild is like, listen, we got this weirdo here who works for us named Mr. Teatame. It seems like a good job for him. So they like send him off to go this weird sort of like serial killer assassin guy to go kill him. And he's like, okay, I'm going to use sympathetic magic by stealing all of the children's teeth in the world by breaking into the Tooth Fairy's complex, steal their teeth, and then force all the children on the planet to not believe in Santa Claus anymore through sympathetic magic through their teeth.
Oh my god.
And
Terry.
that's also a Susan. That's a Susan book too. She and Death work together to stop him.
Terry. Yeah, get out of here, you guys. No one likes you.
Right.
Okay.
LMC Klung in the chat says he did his assassin's thesis on killing the Easter Bunny equivalent. I think. Yeah, that's right.
Oh my
That's in that
God.
book. Those books are good. I love the Discworld books. They're my favorite
Yeah.
series of all time.
I know a lot of people who really like them. Maybe I'll read more.
They did like I don't know if it's still on the air, but like a year or two ago, they launched like a
Oh yeah.
like a gritty BBC like what if Discworld had blood and fuck. I guess they also some of the Discworld books definitely have blood.
This disc thing can actually cut off robot arms now.
Yeah.
I don't think it could always do that. I think it's because I upgraded it, maybe.
Maybe it's just like certain robots have more destructibility on them.
Shit. I'm out of discs. No, don't do that.
Me when I get to the end of the Space Jam DVD chorus. I'm out of discs.
You fell over. What are you, a brawl player? You tripped? That's for no one. That's literally for no one. No. No! Oh, that Bionicle killed my friend. They do kind of look like Bionicles, though, huh?
They do. They really do.
Shinji! You're here with me.
You've got the spark now.
No! Bastards.
Oh, can you just use his turret? Does he still have ammo? Yeah. There you go. Get that big guy. Bastards.
There's
She'll have
so
a-
many guys.
I mean, that's what the turret's for, right?
Yeah, they like knocked me off of it.
That was
Shit, I
cool.
guess
You took out like 30 guys at once.
Okay, no, Shinji's still good.
Good, good. Well, you can probably heal him if he goes down, too.
I don't know, sometimes they just get gibbed.
Not Shinji, though.
We're on
Yeah.
target. Prepare
Oh, he's talking.
your gun now.
Nice.
Oh, now we're gonna go inside the robot to destroy it.
Yep, Imran, you were right.
Yep.
It's like the Scarab fight from Halo 2.
Mm-hmm.
There was a I want to say PS2 Transformers game where like you're on a level in the sky. It's like really cool. Then after you finish the level, you fight one of the Transformers who was the previous level.
Yeah. Is it Metroplex or is it the other one?
The city
The other one, I
transformer guy. Guy who's
Trying to
only played
remember.
Bowser's Inside Story. Getting some Bowser's Inside Story vibes. So true.
This will come in handy.
Another monorail section? What is this? The first 20 minutes of Half-Life? It's a robot. Oh, I thought it wouldn't notice me. It noticed me.
But this is an indoor monorail sequence, Merit, so it's
Oh,
completely different.
Yeah.
I do like this industrial like pipe section and stuff.
Yeah.
What do robots need to patrol? Like, surely a camera would be just
Right?
as good.
Just put a gun on a camera. There's no need to build humanoid robots, basically ever. Unless you're trying to build something to do sex with.
Well, and that's where it started.
Now, what
Yeah.
is that? That's
That's cool. I
that just
think.
looks like a fucking glitch.
Like, I hate
Is
it, but
that
it's
real?
very cool.
Like, is that right?
I think that's right. Yeah, it's supposed to be scary.
That looks like that dust ball thing in that Morrowind, in Morrowind 2. Remember?
It looks like a character from Biofreaks.
Biofreaks.
Why are you just standing on that pipe? What's the matter with you? That's how those robots reproduce. Those robots are just going at it, and that's what it looks like when they do. I think Transformers should reproduce by like combining and creating one new Transformer, but then like there's only one, so like their species is like going to die out eventually. Like two Transformers make one, and they only do it
Right,
when
yeah.
they're close to dying or something. I don't know.
Isn't that Fusors?
Something probably, yeah. We can't get into Transformer
This is gonna be
business on this stream. I know way too much about it.
I need to read those comics. They sound really good.
Most of this stuff is not in those comics, as you might expect. Yeah, they don't get into the hardcore Transformer fuck. Okay, now that is just.
I actually really
God.
like that.
I
think
love
that's
this guy.
I
This
mean,
is
it's
good.
cool.
This is a slitterhead.
That's a slitterhead. Shinji, why are you making me fight a slitterhead, Shinji?
We respect our Slitterhead friends.
I kicked it. I kicked it.
Shinji Mikami's not going to hear this, Merit, but you know who is? All your friends who look like a slitterhead.
Yeah, well, I mean, I should have learned my lesson about talking about bad designs by this point. And yes.
Is the robot stick? Is this robot germs? Says Race Stam Horses. I think it's like the opposite. This is like antibodies for the robot, right?
I don't know, but it's gone.
Well,
Maybe we shoot the core.
Where's the
oh, Jesus Christ! This whole game really is just a first draft of Revenge.
Revengeance? Yeah.
This is Monsoon or whatever.
Yeah.
Where are you?
It's also that boss from like near the end of RE4 that like chases you through the cages.
Right.
It's also Seven Force. Now that I look at it,
Yeah. Gonna turn into a crab. Big
there's like
wheel.
I think early on there was like a Seven Force reference in every Platinum game.
Wait,
What is Seven Force?
why? Oh my god, is this a little guy? Oh god!
little
Oh
magnet
no, it's
guy.
eating my brains. Oh god. Wait, what?
It killed you.
Sorry, what? Wait. Hold on. Did you just rip my head off?
Yes.
I
Well,
didn't. You have to give me a QuickTime event game. You can't just
It's
kill
ju-
me.
I'm just a little guy, he said.
I didn't even see that happen. Like it was so fast. All right, well let's do this again. Destroy the unknown. I intend to. Oh shit!
To answer your question earlier, Steven, Seven Force is a Guardian Heroes boss.
Wait,
that
oh,
transformed
Gunstar
into a lot of
Heroes.
things.
Gunstar.
Or Gunstar Heroes, yeah, sorry. Right.
No!
Yeah,
Well.
he stabs you in the face and then
That is just
Real
a
part.
Leon Kennedy
Yes.
getting his head chainsawed off.
yes.
I do like this guy a lot, though. Except for the part where he kills you, Merritt.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's a cool guy. But can he defeat the wall? Can he defeat the narrow wall, though?
Watch as you get fucking clipped through on that fucking wall. I know it. Oh. Where'd it go?
I think the ball usually. Oh, I think it usually falls down straight, right? Or maybe I'm not saying it right.
Seems like he takes a bunch of damage anyway.
Yeah. You just can't
Dare
get too
you
close. 'cause-
face the wall?
I think he has new tech to deal with your wall.
No, he's got nothing. Dare you face the wall?
The wall is ready. That's my.
I don't
that's
think
my new.
no.
Okay.
Okay, what? That's so fast. That's so fast.
He doesn't have time to fuck around. He has to
That's-
stab you and
it's
do
just-
do
He
so many other
just,
things.
I think when he's past half health, if you try to go in for the kick, he just punishes with like.
Yeah.
yeah.
Did I not hurt him there? No, he hadn't finished his introductory sequence yet.
Right. If I was a video game boss, I would simply always be introducing myself.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Sam, as I'm cutting off his head.
Be extroverted.
Where'd he go?
It did just fall down. I think I think Imran was right.
Ah!
Yeah.
I love a good merit. Ah!
I love this guy.
He's a cool guy.
He's just a bunch of garbage with magnets.
Stay away from me.
I do like that it's unknown too. Like,
Oh, we don't know. Do you know what this is? Because we don't.
If you know what it is, please tell us.
so I guess previously you did know every other single thing by name.
Yeah.
Oh shit, it's going Breath of the Wild on me. But it can't defeat the wall. The wall is undefeated. Oh no! I missed.
Ooh, close.
And I can't hit it when it's reforming, apparently.
Yeah.
No, 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 run away. Run away, Sam.
Merit.
No! Oh god! Oh god! Help! No!
You did some good damage though.
Where is it?
I think it's reforming up top. Or no, it's on the.
Where is
There's
it?
laser
You can look at the laser.
somewhere. Yeah.
Dare you challenge the wall? Okay, no! I was in my
Well.
kick animation!
Yeah. I think it
Merit.
just punishes you no matter what.
You are the one who gave up the safety and sanctity of the wall.
Okay, so I think when it's past a certain point, if you just like
Don't
approach
kick.
it, it just will murk you.
Yeah. So just shoot it.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's so low at health at that point anyway. Shooting it seems like it'll work just fine. I wonder how your grenade would do against this guy, like one of your EMP grenades or something.
Well, we'll never know.
Huh.
Hey, do you think you
And
threw
you're
that
right.
far enough?
I love his little fucking jumping animation. It's so good. Nice. Nicely done.
Yeah, no, he's immune when this is happening. Does that make sense?
I mean, so am I.
When you're reforming?
Yeah.
You can't prove that I'm not immune to damage when I'm reforming. You've never
Hello.
seen me
Yeah,
reform.
he's just right there. He's just hanging out.
What if you grab me through the wall?
That'd be a very cool moment. He just punches through it like in Resident Evil 7.
No, I mean, like, he doesn't, like, do it, like, right. It just, like, he just clips through the wall.
Just clips, yeah. That I would absolutely believe if this game did that. You know what? Actually, this is a cover shooter. I bet they have much harder and faster rules about that sort of thing.
I really thought you were gonna say harder and faster walls.
Oh,
Well,
So this thing is basically like somebody at Mercury Steam played this is like, yeah, MAs, this is it. This is what we're doing.
right.
I got a new idea for a Metroid.
This is just... Yeah, this is the Emmys.
Blackjack Attack says not invulnerable when they're blasting. This is very funny to me. I'm not invulnerable when I'm blasting. What's your favorite X-Men?
Rogue.
Rogue is good.
Die.
Definitely the
Die,
in
monster.
the top 3.
You don't belong in
Southern
this world.
X-Men.
Oh, no.
Oh, well.
No. Eat grenade. Sure.
I feel like every time I think of my favorite X-Men, it's like
Nice job,
people I
Eric.
liked when I
We
was
did it.
10.
Right.
It's
Well,
like
yeah.
hard to
Watching,
think of who's actually
you know.
good now. Like, was Gambit actually any good? And I feel like the answer is no.
He was death. Wasn't he? Or he was like one of the horsemen of the apocalypse.
Everybody's been one of the horsemen of the apocalypse at this point.
I mean, Gambit's cool. He was cool
Gambit's not
because
bad.
his outfit in the original series, because he didn't wear the same outfit as everyone else. He had,
Right.
like, not that everyone wore the same outfit, but pretty much everyone else wore spandex, and he had like a cool coat and stuff. Now, what is?
I feel like Gambit is a dude who has like strong opinions about how to pick up women.
I mean, yes, he puts those into practice. They're not even opinions.
No, he wrote the book. There's a really
constantly
funny
hitting on
clip
Rogue.
from the TV series where Gambit's cooking, or no, Gian is cooking. And
Yeah.
Gambit's like, like, Machari, you got to add the spices, no? I am Cajun, yes? And then she's like, Gambit, if you put spice in here, I will fucking telekinetically explode your brain. And then, like, dumps a pot of, like, hot soup on his head because he's trying to put, like, fucking paprika in her tasteless soup.
Okay, to be fair though, Gambit's head thing is really fucking stupid. If he just wore a thing that covered his head, he'd be fine. But he wears a thing that covers just like
The top of his head?
it's everything
It's
but
like the
top and the
outside of
face.
his face, yeah.
Yeah.
This will come in handy.
This'll come in handy. Do you think I should shoot the giant glowing thing?
Building here.
No, I have to run past
That
it.
drive system is the heart of the beast. You can travel through
At least the game's getting
but
into some
don't
more
get
like
outside when the energy is
styles
silent,
of
or you
environments.
and the suit will be atomized.
When
And
they
not
go to
just
the
the same
beach
thing.
and Gambit's still wearing... Oh, shit.
They're breaking it up a little bit for sure. Yeah.
Gambit doesn't want his hair to be smooshed. Yeah.
That's true.
These are quick man-ass lasers. That's another thing that makes it a video game. We talk about elevators and stuff, but like, if there's a part where there's a big laser that will just like murk you, and you have to go past it, then it's also a video game.
It's a quick man.
Yeah. It's a quick man.
Oh no! Oh shit!
What is this guy? He's like a little pit droid.
Yeah, I know. It looks exactly like a Pitroid, huh?
I thought when I was a kid, pit droids were really, really cool. And I still think that.
No, they're cool little guys. They like retract up into their head. That's neat.
Yeah, it was fun. They were cute. I think I also had a Lego set, like the Anakin's pod racer that came with those little guys.
Oh.
They were good little figures. I like a cute little robot guy.
Yeah, who doesn't? Who's your favorite pod racer?
I could have answered this before. I like the guy with like the really, really big, bulky square engines. I thought was really cool.
No.
Well,
Ha. Okay, I like the laser now.
Yeah.
Sebulba. Sebulba is the easy answer.
yeah.
Sebulba is the easy answer. I like Gasgano. I think he's cool.
Which one is that one?
He has 4 arms. He's like really spindly.
I think I like the little squat guy, the little.
Oh
little...
yeah, he's good. Oh, isn't his pod
No.
racer just like an actual ship instead of a stupid chariot? Like one of
Yeah,
them
that might
has like
be
an
true.
actual motorcycle thing that like makes sense. Rats Tyrell is his name. Yeah.
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 Look at a list of pod racers.
Did the four-armed guy die? I don't know.
No,
I forget
Gasgano.
who
I'm pretty
died.
sure Gasgano lives. He maybe wins,
Oh wow.
or not wins, but like, he comes in second or something.
Yeah.
What about Eve Endicott?
Oh God. Really?
He's a
Oh my
really
God.
good guy.
Some of them do get exploited and die.
Yeah, a couple of them, because they talk about it being like one of the most dangerous sports in the galaxy or whatever.
Yeah.
Listen,
Oh,
people know
got
what
your
to expect.
arm.
Which do you think came first? Do you think Lucas had the pod racer idea first, or do you think he went, well, they can't just take the kid, and then try to figure out a way to do it?
Yeah, a lot of what's going on in that
the
whole
Phantom Menace,
section of the
a
movie.
lot happens there, huh?
I mean, that is like he kind of, if you like talk to him in interviews, he's making no bones about like the idea of like, no, the Jedi are bad. Like they really suck. Like they're allowing slavery to happen in the galaxy. They have completely lost their way by this point. It's
Sure,
good
yeah.
that they.
Yeah, I mean they're like a decadent,
Yeah.
like monk order who are insular except when they decide that they want to just like intervene and then just like chop a bunch of people up with their laser swords.
Totally. There's like a really good interview like thing about like the backstory of General Grievous when he was first invented for the 2D cartoon. Where his like home planet is basically like a massive Middle East, like America invades the Middle East for its oil metaphor, and then like the Republic goes in and destroys his home planet for all of its resources, colonizes it, paints the people living there as terrorists so that they can continue to take their resources, and that when they fight back, and then the Jedi come in and are like informed of all of this, and they're like, well, we really need all that oil though.
We do need your oil though, so we are gonna use our laser swords to kill you.
Yeah, they perpetuate the like belief that these people are like all, you know, brutal murderer savages, basically, is kind of how they very much frame it. And then somebody's like, no, we can't do that, that's too dark or whatever, and then George Lucas read it, he's like, no, that rules. This is exactly what I'm going for.
It's like, I personally endorse all of the actions of my protagonists. That's why I always make sure they win in the end.
Right, that's what everybody says when they write a story.
Oh, I got access. That's great. They granted me access. Really? After all this?
Is this the final boss chamber of Deus Ex Human Revolution?
Oh my god. All right, Merritt, there's going to be 3 buttons, but if you go down the hallway, there's a
Jesus.
4th button.
When I found that 4th button, I was like so happy.
Wait, 4th button?
Yeah, there's a 4th button. So there's a room with 3 buttons, and that you
Yeah.
get to choose basically the ending, because they're like, oh fuck, we ran out of time. Here, just press the button. But if you're just like, this sucks, you can go down the hall and press another button that basically just kills everyone, including you.
He's just like, nah.
He's
It's
just like,
the nope
this
button.
is so fucking stupid. And just like, it shows like weird archive footage of like people around the world, and then it's just like, yeah, you blew everybody up. Good job. It was like kind of, it almost made playing that whole game worthwhile. Almost. I mean, there were some
liked
things I
it.
liked about it, but
Yeah,
I think
like
I
that
had
game.
played
Okay.
Syndicate around the same time, and Syndicate was so much faster and just like more stupid and like,
Yeah. He cocks the gun at a quarter angle when he slides, Merritt.
damn.
It was one of the cool, like, that Syndicate game. I wish that game had taken off better because it also had that really cool co-op mode.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, you're doing like 3-player cyberpunk heists with like a cool
Yeah,
cybernetic
I never got to play
lady
that, but
and-
it looked really neat.
It was broken as hell at launch was the problem. Was like all their online was broken on console.
What is happening?
Is that a missile?
Hey, get away from me! What? That missile was just like sneaking up. It's like, hey, what you doing?
Hey, you, what you gonna do? Come on and slam.
That was really
damn.
silly. Oh no, what's this?
Lock-on laser.
Ooh.
Yeah. What? Those guys just teleported in?
Yeah,
Have they been able to do that this whole time?
I guess. Maybe it's very short range teleport, so it only works inside the robot.
Oh, it blocked. I hate when robots block my missiles.
It didn't help him much.
I guess you could just like sacrifice your arm, the arm of your robot.
Right.
You're a robot at that point, you know. They put on a new one.
I'm Astar, a robot. I can put my arm back on. You can't. So play
Oh
safe.
my god. That ad you shared.
Ugh, nightmares. Nightmares. Just the worst. Well, I think we're going to call it there because I'm very tired. And
Yeah, that's
and we've been
fair.
going for about 2 hours. So I think probably we've got like 1 or 2 more. Well, let's just watch this cutscene.
You
Yeah,
have
you're
one act left after this.
Cannons
one
are
last
up to this
act
power
left.
line, right?
Is it not 5 acts?
If you can destroy the pump source,
This-
Retrograde
oh,
reverse
maybe
the
I'm wrong.
polarity
I
on
thought
the
this was
main
Act
medium and
4.
cause a
I think,
critical
or
explosion.
maybe
It was
maybe Act
Despair
4
the
started
beginning
at
of
some
Act
point.
4, or is that a chapter? I forget.
You started this stream at Act 3. I know that.
Yes.
Maybe you got out of Act 3 at some point.
Yeah.
But I feel like nothing big enough has happened for
Yeah, there's
an act.
there's 5 acts. You're in the middle of Act 3, so
Okay.
4
Okay,
and 5
great.
are a little shorter though.
All right. Well, we'll finish that in probably next week.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'll be streaming this on Friday, but probably won't finish on Friday. Steven, you know, because you have been doing the great work of organizing all this stuff. What are all the streams that are happening this week?
What are all the streams happening this week? Well, you can go to fanbyte.com, and on the front page of the site right now, if you're listening to this live, you can find a schedule for yourself. But we also have tomorrow, we will have Tuesday morning, the show in the morning with John. We'll have Nikki time later at night at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. I will be playing Prototype again on Wednesday morning at 11 Eastern. Funke will be back with Gamers Paradise. Then you have Retro Landfill right after that. You also have Fresh Fare on Thursday, early afternoon at 1 p.m. And Imran,
Yeah.
finally going to make it happen. The thing I've
Yeah.
been waiting for. You're going to be playing something?
Yeah, I'm gonna be playing Asura's Wrath. Hopefully on Thursday afternoon.
Yes. And according to this schedule, I have 5:30 p.m. Eastern on Thursday.
Yeah.
Friday, we will, earlier in the afternoon or morning even, depending on what time zone you are in, we are going to be doing a bigger thing that we're going to probably be doing every week now, called Couch Surf, which is going to be just a bunch of different rotating fanbyte people going in to play a bunch of different games, do a bunch of different stuff with each other. We'll be beaming it in through Parsec so we can shoot different things all at once for a few hours. And Merritt will still be back to play more stuff after that, too.
Yeah. We're going wild this week, folks.
Really pushing
We're
hard.
wilding out. So tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad. Join the Discord, fanbyte.casa. Join that Discord. It's
You can
cool.
join the Discord, yeah. You too can join the Discord.
Join the conversation
it-
online.
Join the
at
conversation.
Fanbyte.casa.
Leave a comment. Leave a question. Yeah, I told my
Leave your
mom she
question,
was
kids.
busy. Okay, well,
Oh.
thank you for the effort. Yeah, if you missed it today, Danielle started streaming Banjo-Kazooie, which is a game that she loves, and
That was so fun. Lotus and
it's-
Funke both joined.
it's very fun because she's playing it with 2 Zoomers who have never, one of whom only knows Banjo from Smash Brothers. So
Uh-huh.
it's a very amusing, dynamic, and very cool. So we'll see y'all later. Have a good night, and yeah, see you next time.